First Lieutenant Bradley, I read that you were wounded in Shiloh.
Yep.
Can you tell me a little bit about the battle? Where were you at when you got wounded? Were you at the Hornet's nest?
Okay, when we were walking this direction looking for Three Oaks only KIA soldier from Vietnam, I just saw movement over here on this side, kind of walking right along with us. I keep hearing a bell. Every state, township, and village has its share of myths and legends. Some are based in fact, while others were created to make us behave as children. Our team of researchers and investigators will search out your local stories, histories, myths, and legends. From historic sites to things that go bump in the night, we are the ones who will bump back. These are Living History's Mysteries. Hey guys, it's Drew with Living History Comes Alive and Living History's Mysteries. We are here at Forrest Lawn Cemetery in Three Oaks, Michigan. It's a big place. We were going to try to knock out both cemeteries here in town on the same night. We decided this was going to be part one of two because both of them are huge. Both of them have a lot of soldiers from history interned there. And both of them have got a lot of history themselves. Hope you enjoy it. Stay tuned.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Forrest Lawn Cemetery, part one of our part two of our investigation. Our second one is going to be Shed Cemetery, which is about 5 miles away from the southern side of Three Oaks. But today, we're at Forrest Lawn. Forrest Lawn started back in the 1880s, which replaced a cemetery located on the corner of Sprinkles, now it's called Stickles Road, and Three Oaks Road. The bodies were removed from there to the newly formed Forrest Lawn Cemetery. Sadly, there is no trace of the first cemetery at all. As of right now, it is just farmland. I grew up in this area. I'm originally from Three Oaks, Sawyer area. My family is one of the oldest generations here in Three Oaks, Michigan. So to me, this hits home. So come join us tonight, and we'll see what we can find. We're standing next to the Warren family plot. Mausoleum behind me is the prominent business person of Three Oaks, Edward Kirk Warren, is what the locals would say, E.K. Warren. Edward Warren was the founder of the Warren Featherbone Company, which is Three Oaks' largest business. What they produced was dress boning material, which is a woven fabric made to wear around a woman's waist. The inserts gave the necessary firmness and gave a special feature which appealed to women seeking comfort as they were wearing them during the tape. It's kind of like a corset type thing. So I will post a picture through it, or what a corset, what a featherbone corset looks like. Kind of interesting looking, but I don't know who would wear it. Maybe Chrissy would wear it.
No.
Okay, you said yes earlier. You
No,
said you
I
were
did
going
not.
to. All right. Mr. Warren became the very first village president, and in 1899 he worked on eliminating all sales of liquor in town and that no saloons should be permitted to be open its doors. Now with public sentiment, they didn't care for that, so they went up to the higher courts of Berrien County and got that thrown out. So he didn't like alcohol. He thought a town with alcohol and saloons may not be good business in a town like Three Oaks. His rest of his family was prominent as well. His brother, Frederick Warren, was a Civil War soldier out of 12th Michigan Company E. He mustered in February 15th, 1865 and just got discharged just in Arkansas a few months later. After the war, he was the editor of the first newspaper of Three Oaks and also operated a jewelry store, a watch repair shop, and also a photo shop. E.K. Warren's son, Frederick Warren, he was the vice president of the Cracker Jack Company out of Chicago. And he also helped the development of Warren Woods, Warren Dunes State Park, and also Camp Warren. So Warrens were pretty prominent people in Three Oaks. Started a lot of companies, especially Featherbone, which now there's a local bar called the Featherbone too. $2 dress too, by the way, tonight on Mondays. So, yeah. Alright. Here I'm sitting next to a gentleman by the name of Henry Chamberlain. Mr. Chamberlain founded the town of Three Oaks back in 1850, but became a village right after the Civil War in 1867. Now the village was originally called Chamberlain's Siding, but was changed to Three Oaks due to 3 oak trees that were a guide point for train engineers. Now none of the original 3 oaks trees are around anymore. The last one was cut back around 100 years ago. Chamberlain was also was a politician, Democrat. Tried to run for governor of Michigan, but lost that one back in the late 1880s. Did some research on the Chamberlain family, and they are a distinct relative of Joshua Lawrence Chamberlain, who he was the colonel of the 20th Maine, the one that saved Little Round Top during the Battle of Gettysburg. So there's a little bit of Gettysburg here in the town of Three Oaks. There is a descendant that lives in this area, in which he does portray Joshua Chamberlain. It looks just like him as well. So we're standing next to a headstone of Thomas Bradley. He was the first lieutenant out of 12th Michigan, enlisted with Company E, October 9th, 1861. He was wounded in action in Battle of Shiloh in Tennessee in April 6, 1862. Resigned shortly after October 12th, 1862, went back home and became a full-time farmer back in Three Oaks. Love to see what he's all done in Shiloh, what he's done, seen, and everything, because Shiloh was not one of the very good battles during the Civil War. Lieutenant Bradley, I read that you were wounded in Shiloh.
Yep.
Can you tell me a little bit about the battle? Where were you at when you got wounded? Were you at the Hornet's nest? Where did you get wounded at?
Indiana what? You said Indiana something.
Were you next to an Indiana regiment?
Yeah.
Lieutenant Bradley, do you know the Indiana regiment you were next to? Alright, so we're standing next to the grave of Corporal Nathan Chisholm.
Actually, you're standing on Corporal Nathan Chisholm right now. Chilson.
Okay, my apologies. Chilson. Yeah, Nathan Chilson, yes.
You're still standing on him. You probably don't like that. There we go. Now I got you.
Alright. So, we're standing next to the gravesite of Nathan Chilson. In August 1862, he enlisted in Company E, 100th Indiana, serving under General Sherman until the close of the war. Interesting about the 100th Indiana, they were at one of the battles of Sherman's March to the Sea called Battle of Griswoldville. They were outnumbered 5 to 1. The company had about 1,400 Union against 4,500 Confederates. One thing about with the Confederates, most of them were elderly men and young kids, ages like 13, 15, 16. One thing about this regiment here, they were equipped with Sharps rifles, Spencers, Henrys, a lot of repeaters, because during that time, a lot of the soldiers saved their money to buy better arms. So, along with the 100th Indiana, with the rest of the other regiments, took out most of the Confederates, with only with 95 casualties during the Union Army. So, during that time, the end of the war, Confederates were running short on men, so they were drafting young boys and elderly men to fight for the cause. So.
Okay, you're gonna love this, but
I gotta redo it.
no, as you were talking, we were getting a blue mist coming from the tree line straight back across here between you and the camera. The wind is blowing this direction, so it's nothing from over, or it would have to come from over there. This actually went this direction.
A blue mist or a blue?
It was a blue mist, haze.
Okay.
We'll be able to find it better.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Really interesting. Here we're sitting next to the headstone of Dr. Orrin Churchill. Dr. Churchill enlisted in the Civil War on August 16, 1864 as a hospital steward in the 24th. He served in the hospital until the end of the war. After the war, Dr. Churchill operated one of the very first drugstores here in Forrest. Coming from Michigan was also pretty regiment I portrayed before I became a Verdun sharpshooter. 24th will still always be my boys. It's just like just like being a Verdun. That's off to you, Doctor.
Now, if you guys would have noticed when I was recording Mark just then, somewhere right back in this area, we were getting a light showing up over his light, and it was very intermittent. Right off in this area here somewhere. I kept looking over the camera with my naked eye. I couldn't see anything. But as you'll see on the film, there is definitely something there. Almost directly above the doctor's grave. About head height.
Scanning.
Doctor, we're here to learn about you, sir. Could you tell us something? Could you tell us about the fighting, sir? I would almost swear this thing just said 24.
Dr. Churchill, were you the surgeon for the 24th Michigan?
Yep. I heard that clear as day. Doctor, do you have anything to say to us? Can you speak on the B?
Dr. Churchill, how many amputations have you done?
Okay, this makes no sense. I'm getting no noise out of the paraboost at all.
Scanning stop.
There's the...
Scanning.
It's running a volume, but whenever a word pops up, it's not saying anything.
Nothing?
I just seen B on it, BE. But I have no clue why there's no sound. There's obviously the sound is turned on because it just...
But you're not hearing any words.
Yeah,
You're not seeing any words.
I'm seeing words, but I'm not hearing them.
Okay.
I don't know. Let me look on history here.
Saved history to internal storage.
No, we don't want to save history. We want to go back to... None of the words are showing up on the history either. That is very weird.
Quiz. Scanning stopped. Scanning.
Dr. Churchill, do you have anything else you can say to us on the little black box? Okay, when we were walking this direction looking for Three Oaks only KIA soldier from Vietnam, I just saw movement over here on this side, kind of walking right along with us. I keep hearing a bell. Let me move this mic. We'll see if you guys can hear it too. I'm definitely hearing a high-pitched something out there. A bell, a squeak, something. Alright, let's continue on. Alright guys, Mark is looking for a specific grave right now. It's one he found earlier. His father used to served in Vietnam. He was the only KIA killed in action soldier from the Three Oaks, Michigan area. So I figured, since I've been hearing so much, I'm going to position myself right here, up here on top of the hill, and I'm going to see if maybe, just maybe, we can pick anything up. Right here. Let's give it a shot to see.
Scanning.
Hello. I'm a visitor to this place. I've come to learn about you. Does anybody have anything to say? Can somebody teach me something about the people that are here? You can either talk to the small black box, or you can talk to the black and silver box that's larger.
Share.
Share. Yes, please share your story with me. Tell me about you. I'll be happy to return that favor. Jack, your name is
Sacred.
Jack? Sacred. Yes, I find this ground very sacred. Is your name Jack? Jack, my name is Drew. whichever you prefer. I hunt the unknown. I and my team come to these cemeteries with a historic past. And trouble. What trouble? Here. I'm what? Why is there trouble? Hat. Yes, hat.
Fear.
I have very little fear. I'm protected. The only thing I fear is my Creator. Call. K-A-L-L. I'll have to look that up. Do you have anything else to say before I move on?
Fear me.
That's definitely something significant. Why would I fear you? You are not my Creator.
Fade.
Fade.
Well, guys, I guess that concludes our tour. There's quite a few soldiers still buried here at Forrest Lawn. There's about 26 of them, but unfortunately, quite a few of them does not have the proper markings to let everyone know that this is a civil soldier. A lot of the GAR markers were either taken or stolen or whatnot. So because of that, it's just sad that we cannot find them.
You got anything? Alright guys, I guess that concludes the investigation here at Forrest Lawn. I know that I personally seen and heard a lot. That's why I was off on my own just a little bit there, just recording, me asking questions, listening to sounds. We'll see what we can find in editing. We have the one mic and the spirit box is so low volume. We'll see what we can find. Huh?
It's too windy.
Yeah, and it's too windy. We're having, we got wind out here right now, probably 15 miles an hour. As a matter of fact, I'm about to lose my hat again. So, yep. This concludes it for this one. Mark, where are we going next week?
We're going to Shed's Cemetery, which is about 5 miles east of Forrest Lawn. This one has quite a few soldiers of the War of 1812 and a couple of color troops that were from this area between Three Oaks and Lilleen. So stick with us on that one. That's going to be a good one.
All right, you guys heard it. So, all right, as always, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. God bless you, God love you. We do. And we'll catch you on the next adventure. Okay, guys, we were just saying our goodbyes, getting ready to head out, and I seen a distinct shadow walk behind this car. Matter of fact, I had to look around. One of the team members is following.